if there was an arrow.
All right, friends, something is amiss, and this is just going to have to be what it is. For whatever reason, and that's not going on. Oh my goodness. Oh, friends, hello. This is a bit of an interesting show today. Something, yes. I'm not going to use, okay, here we are.
Wow, look at that.
There we are. All right, so friends, this is not, well, first of all, hello. Hello, friends. You're seeing us in a different format, and I don't know why. And you know what? This is just what has been happening, right? I've been easy breezy lemon squeezy on this whole like going live right from my phone, and you're looking at the TV. You're up for it. And all of a sudden it won't let me go horizontal, and it's your show, so I'm really bummed. So friends, I don't know why it's not letting me go horizontal. I'll try after I get initially started to do it. It doesn't make sense. I've always, I've been doing it through my phone.
Our tech
I can do that after you get started, but let me first. Anyway, so hello, welcome to the stream. This is the stream if you want something easy, tasty, and that can be adapted a variety of ways. Hubs has been making this wrap for
3-4 years.
Yeah, for 3 or 4 years.
I think it was during the pandemic.
I think it was during the pandemic. I think we got sick of lunch meat. No offense, lunch meat, but we just got tired of it. It was
we're eating lunch meat.
It was like always our lunch, and we just got tired of it. And I think that's when all the nitrates thing came out, and we were trying to be healthier. So I don't know how you actually came up with that. I don't know if we had leftover chicken and
I think we had, because that's when I was eating a lot of those chicken things. And so I think we had leftover chicken, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm going to try to make something, which was not something that I typically do.
Right. I'm mostly the cook here, and I see a good comment there, and I'm going to look at that comment in just a quick sec. But first, just to stay on task with that, is because I'm usually the cook, and you've always wanted to find a signature meal, and you were struggling with that for
I always said it was going to be
years.
chili, but then I just didn't know how to do that, so I never did.
So I'm going to look at this comment first before we go into the story, because I think we might get some good information.
Okay.
So Food Plane, watch, because I don't want to squish your fingers. It says perhaps it's on portrait mode. Now we've been doing this for using the phone because my computer was glitching, and it has let us do it horizontal mode. What's happening now is every time I go to do horizontal, it's putting a big X and it stops filming. Let me just show you, just so you all can kind of get a sense, because if I sit there and do this.
Well, can I ask you why you're switching it? And then why don't you just do it from there?
Oh, we could, but the problem is that it squishes in, and people's viewing experience is not good.
Okay.
Because they're watching I'm just saying because most people watch from TVs instead of their phones, so they're not getting great experience. But I think this is what we're going to do today. So all I want to say is thank you so much, Food Plane, and welcome to the stream. I don't know if you've joined any of our streams before and commented, so thank you so much. And anyone else who's watching, thank you, and welcome to our stream. But usually we are horizontal for the streams, and not quite sure why. I will check with the techie son once you get going. And I think we also have Catherine said hello. And oh wait, I see who that is. It's DS. Hi DS. And Kathy, hi. I was thrown by your Food Plane, DS, so my apologies. But yeah, DS, we've been doing this for a long time, and it just it's never said no when I was doing it horizontally.
So DS, should we go to settings right now the way it is? Because she's turning the phone and then trying to go into settings.
No, I wasn't actually doing that. I wasn't. I was doing no, I was just saying, I just turned the phone.
Right.
It's just what it always allows you to do either. You have flexibility.
But maybe,
I'll check with Maddie once you get started. So why don't you talk about the ingredients, and then you can move them out of your way so that you can get started. So
pretty simple.
You chat with the ingredients.
In fact, extraordinarily simple, considering I have a very limited set of skills. So it was just, there's going to be a little bit of olive oil, onion, pepper, spinach, a little bit of mozzarella cheese, all on a wrap, and then obviously the chicken. So this is the one thing, the peperoncino, that I put in just because we like to have it a little bit more spicy. So this stuff's great. You don't need a lot. So what do you think?
A little goes a long way.
Like
well, why don't you wait and see what you put in?
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, a little goes a long way. It is quite spicy for sure.
Yeah, it's really, really spicy.
But if you don't like spice, that's totally fine.
Yeah.
And do you want to mention about what different ways we've used chicken?
So you mean that we use different things than chicken sometimes, right?
No, I was meaning that, like, what I did this time was I actually air fried some chicken breasts. But typically, when it started, we were using
like chicken
make sure you're on camera.
Yeah, chicken
make sure chicken
right?
tenders, right?
Yeah.
Because
chicken tenders.
they cooked quickly, and I would do salt, pepper, some garlic powder, and we would throw them in for like 8 minutes in the air fryer, and they were done. But you could do it in the oven too. And then sometimes I've used rotisserie chicken.
Right.
Sometimes we've just had leftover chicken, and then in a pinch we've used the stores have that shaved chicken that they give you for chicken cheesesteaks, and I've used that before.
Shaved turkey also, or turkey we've done in there.
We have done turkey, not often, usually.
Right.
Shrimp.
And then we've done shrimp.
Yeah, but you could do
so anyway,
beef.
it's any type of protein that you really want to put in there.
Or not. You could keep it out and just veg it up.
Right.
Or do tofu. I'll help you with that in a second. I'm just trying to look up what's going on.
Archie's on. Poe's on.
Oh, hey, Poe. Hey, Archie. Archie, be nice.
Yes.
I'm going to give you that warning right now, sir.
So Archie,
we want the best of behaviors.
It's actually right. It's like the first and only time that I will probably ever cook anything and the tech goes haywire. But anyway. All right, so you will notice that I am using a very small knife. And and again, because I have such a limited amount of skills here, that I am much more comfortable with a small knife than I am with a large knife. I don't know why that is. I just am. So I like to just do what I'm comfortable with. So anyway, okay. So we're just going to get this lovely skin off of the onion. So it's really it's an extraordinarily easy thing we're going to do here. So we're just going to cut up onions, we're going to cut up peppers, and then we are going to start heating. And then we will add the spinach at a later time, because as you know, the spinach just kind of gets really, it just kind of goes away. So.
And I will say, just per the knife choice, there's a couple things probably we could chat about it. Is one of them is that, no matter what you use, because I wanted Hubs to share this, because I think there's a lot of, I know a lot of the people that are on the stream right now love cooking. I know DS and Archie, you've been, professionally trained as chefs. So, so not everyone has that, correct? Right. So the reason I wanted you to be authentic and use the knife you would use is because I don't want people to not cook just because they think, well, I can't chop a knife the way I see on the YouTube shorts. I can't chop a knife the way I see on Cooking Channel. Just grab a knife and start chopping. Now, that being said, most accidents happen when you are using a dull knife. I think for you feel more comfortable with a smaller knife, right? Because you feel like you can control it more.
Now, there's at least a 50% chance that I'm probably going to lose a digit, but it's okay.
So I feel like I wanted to, want me to take the rest of that onion?
Nope, I'm going to cut more.
So I felt like I wanted to mention that because I don't want people, I just think, honestly, if you are interested in getting in the kitchen, get in the kitchen. Just be careful if your knife isn't sharp, because
this knife is actually really pretty sharp.
Well, right? I think you also prefer, this is a Victorinox, you prefer a serrated edge because you feel like then it's just going to obey you, right?
Right.
So truly, while I use a different choice of knife, what I want is for you to just be comfortable.
And so we were also talking today about, you can kind of cut this in any way you want. I like my cuts are pretty much small. I knock down the size of the onion.
And hi, Barbara, by the way.
And also the size of the pepper. So, but it doesn't matter. You can have it. You can have the slices be a little bit larger if you want. So we are going to.
Poe says, Philly, can you please sit behind the desk? You didn't say you will be doing the talking. That's It's hysterical. I love it.
All right.
And yes, we are Eagles fans. You can see we're wearing our Eagles shirts. There is a game starting at 1 p.m. today, which is why we're doing this early, so that we have plenty of time to do the stream and get off the stream and enjoy the Eagles game. So go Eagles. And then, what was I going to say?
So I love the Eagles. I hate watching the Eagles.
Tell us why you hate watching the Eagles games.
Because I get too nervous.
Because he gets nervous.
I do.
So the more he likes a team, the less he enjoys the games because he feels more invested and he gets very anxious about it.
Pretty much a Philly fan all around. So
absolutely, go Phillies. By the way, also as you were saying with the knife skills and cutting, you can, if you like bigger chunks, cut them bigger, right? I mean, that's the thing. I feel like in the kitchen, too many people get caught up in rules, right? And while to achieve certain results of certain dishes, you do need rules, like baking especially needs rules for a lot of stuff. But generally, if that's going to prevent you from cooking, make your own rules, right? Do what works for you. Do what you enjoy.
Yep.
And we do have quite a bit of veggies in this, and that helps bulk it up.
Right.
And that can be a saver too, because then you don't have to use as much protein or any at all. You can put other veggies in.
So talk about what you do on yours.
Can I first mention about some of the different varieties here?
Yes.
Like this, we used orange peppers. That's what we had in the fridge. You could use green, yellow, red. You could use those mini bell peppers that are sweet. You could use, and we have done this. I've done this one because I do mix it up sometimes. Yep. If I'm taking over making it more kind of Mexican style, I might add poblanos instead of the sweet peppers. Huh. I might add, what are you looking for, babe?
That spray stuff.
Yeah, it's right there. It's this one. This is all I use anymore.
Oh.
That's the spray, the olive oil spray.
Cool.
Yep.
Thank you.
So what I love is that we're kind of making this more Italian style, meaning we're using these Italian hot peppers, we're using mozzarella cheese. I'm going to talk about the spread that I'm usually responsible for, the spread and wrapping. That's what my job is whether there's going to be a spread at the bottom of the tortilla and what that's going to be and wrapping it up. But, honestly, make it your flavors. This could totally trend Greek. It could trend, any variety of Latin, Mexican. It could go Asian. Like, really, it's whatever you're craving, don't you think?
Yep. So the one thing I don't remember, because we haven't done this for a while.
Well, because in summer we don't tend to cook the heat in the lunches. We tend to have cold salads,
So I think
this is the first one we've had since
it's been a long time.
It's so excited.
Long time. So I don't remember how much, typically all I do is put a little oil in. I just don't remember how much oil I use, and then I put salt and pepper and then maybe a little bit more oil depending on what it looks like. So you'll have to help me with that.
But when we were talking about it on our walk in the city this morning, and one thing you were saying is really, it's just if it looks dry to you, you might add a little more oil.
Right.
So it's really, and that's the thing, cooking doesn't have to be, again, this rule thing. Some of it is look, smell, how it sounds, like cooking in the pan and all that kind of thing. Yep.
So it's, again, shockingly easy. So I'm just
You're getting many compliments here, by the way. Post says you're doing well, Andy. Wait, Archie says Hotel California was epic. DS asks what your favorite sport is.
So
and Archie thought it was gin tennis, by the way.
Yeah, right. I would say to watch. I enjoy watching football. I enjoyed playing baseball. I played football, so my body does not.
It's hard in the body.
Have fond memories of my.
I'm going to get a little spoon for this, by the way.
Okay.
And I'll bring over the camera to show you what's in the pan in a second, friends.
So DS, what's yours? What's your favorite sport? What's your favorite sport, Amy?
What's my favorite sport? That has evolved. I'm going to move this over so I can be on this side of it. That has evolved over the years because, as you know, I was a bit of a, I'm just going to admit, a bit of a girly girl when you first met me.
You're still a girly girl.
Yeah, but having him as my husband and having two boys, it has definitely helped move me on the sports train. And for me, I think it was seeing our boys play sports, and that's what got me much more interested in sports. Because part of it, I'm just going to be honest, I didn't really know much about the games and the workings of them. So when I was watching some of the games. I didn't really understand what was going on. I didn't know the nuances, especially with baseball. That's important.
But I think that's where I think you know baseball very well now.
Yeah, we've definitely tried to do that. And Diaz said baseball's his favorite.
Yep. So Diaz, are you a Yankees fan or a Mets fan?
You're asking Diaz. So
yeah.
Yankees or Mets, Diaz. And Post says, she was asking, all your streams I watched in the past fill the screen. I know. No, I don't know what happened with this one. This is not ideal. And so for anyone that's tuning in right now for this live cooking show, this is not ideal. This is not what we want, how we want to be doing this. It is not allowing me to go to horizontal, and I have no idea why. The last time I streamed, it was no problem. I don't know if I hit something by mistake, which is probably what happened, but the problem is I don't know what I did, so I don't know how to fix it, if that makes sense. I did Google while you were talking about the ingredients, and it sounds like something I'm going to have to do before I hit live. So since we've already gotten started, I just feel like...
You just didn't want to do that?
I did, well, because we've already restarted once. So so
my
apologies, friends. And it might be better to watch on, like, even on your phone, or if you have a tablet that you can have horizontal. But for anyone just tuning in, this is not usually our format. If you look back on any of our past live streams, they're always horizontal.
It's definitely not the format of me cooking.
No, it's because Hubs wanted to be different. He wanted to like make his own with this.
No, you wanted to make me as small as possible on the screen.
No, that is not true. That is not true. So my apologies, though, truly. If I could fix it, I would. When we turn to horizontal, it blacks out, and I don't know why it does that. So
what I'm doing now is just, obviously, just cutting up the chicken, and again,
he does this to me, so I'm going to do this to him.
Any slices of, or any size of
a little dry.
chicken.
I dried it out a little bit. My apologies for all
That's all right.
He always says that's all right. He's the best husband because I could say...
You can just stop there. I'm the best husband.
Because I could say, when I cook, oh, I cooked the vegetables too much. He's like, they're delicious. I could say, the pasta's too mushy. He says, it's delicious. It's yummy. I could say, I overcooked the meat a little bit. He's like, it's just fine. So you're very agreeable.
Don't touch anymore.
He steals always on my streams. I watch it all the time, so I am definitely streaming another. What is that? Oh, that's from the pepper. By the way, when we get pizza from one of our go-tos, we have quite a few different pizza places we like in the city, but one of them is called the Angelo, and they have these amazing pickled, spicy peppers. They put one on the side of each pizza. It's not cut, so you can decide if you want it. So that is like our gold. We don't use it on the pizza. We save it, and we throw that in instead of this calabrese peperoncino. It is screaming hot, but so delicious.
Oh, it's great. And it's that's probably my favorite. I mean, I love this because this gives it a little bit of color too, but that pepper is great.
I'm going to bring you all to see what he's doing here.
So I just put salt and pepper, and
why am I not seeing it? Let's find okay. Can you peek and see? Do you see it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to turn down the heat a little bit.
So you can see he's just sauteing things.
That's it.
I'll bring this back over.
And we'll do a little bit more. Just
Sorry about
turn
that,
down
friends.
the heat a little bit.
Since I always have the camera turned towards us in what they would call selfie mode, it's hard because you can't see what's happening on the other end unless you're peeking in, seeing what's going on. But again, if you don't like spice, just leave the spice out. The other thing I like is the veggie component. And I'll tell you, Hubs is the one that started with the baby spinach. I actually said to him this morning we were walking, or it was before we were walking, we were having coffee, so I was probably a little grumpy. I actually said to him,
yes.
I'm like, well, we don't have spinach. We could go get spinach, but we do have kale. And Archie, you'd be happy to know, he said, no kale.
So I woke up
you
at
could add
6 o'clock this morning thinking we don't have spinach. So.
Well, don't you want to wait till the chicken?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. I just want to make sure.
Yes.
Because he usually adds the spinach last. And if you don't like spinach, you could leave it out, but you could also add whatever greens you want. Honestly, the whole idea for the vegetables is stretching out the protein and also adding the nutritional benefit.
Needs a little bit more salt.
Yep, and just taste as you go along, right? And so Post says it is 40 degrees today, very hot to switch on the stove. Yeah, so 40 degrees Celsius. So that is
God almighty.
very hot.
Where is Po?
She's South Africa.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And Catherine is complimenting you. She said you're doing well. Thanks, Kathy.
You don't have to lie to me, Kathy.
No, he is doing well. I'm just proud of him for, because he's been doing this for such a long time. I'm just proud of him for sharing it. And no, Jersey girl, it keeps kicking you off. I don't know why it would be kicking you off. I am so sorry, my friend. I am glad you're on, and I apologize that it's kicking you off. You know what? It is just being glitchy today. Maybe that's why it's making me go horizontal. I don't know. And Post says she loves spinach. And Post wants to see her favorite kettle. It's some kettle time.
Do you
For the gooseneck kettle. Got it on Amazon, by the way.
What do you think? I think it's time for the chicken.
I think it's time for the chicken.
Okay, so
It's
just take the
chicken time. Chicken. Did you want to put the peppers in yet? I think you usually put the peppers in before the chicken, so it can kind of flavor everything.
You're right, I do.
Remember, it's been a little bit. It's been a hot minute because we didn't do this in the summertime. For that reason, Po, we didn't do it when it was hot. Yeah.
The stuff is...
Bring that up so they can see that better. I mean, you can tell. You have to go. So, honey, you want to go raise it high. There you go. It is screaming hot, and it is delicious.
When you smell it, you can just...
Oh, yes. The fumes come out, and you know it's going to be spicy.
So I'm going to do, literally that much. And that's probably a good amount.
A little goes a long way.
So I'll just kind of sprinkle it around in here.
Post says, I love spinach. I had that with udon noodles and clams. Delicious. That sounds phenomenal. And DS said, have we watched back and caught Andy telling us, shh? Yes, he has done that, DS.
What have I done?
That you go shh when you steal a bite if I'm not looking.
No, that's right.
He absolutely does.
I do that.
And Archie is getting naughty. So I'm not going to read Archie's because in case my stream gets booted. So Arch, I know it's a struggle to behave, but you just need to be a good Brit today.
Yeah, he should be happy because I think the...
I know, we've been watching the Ryder
Cup. They just won.
Oh, did they just win?
Yeah.
Oh. It's hard watching the Ryder Cup because so many of them I enjoy as golfers, but we have to root against them. Yeah.
So you'll see kind of, it has a little bit of a red tint, or not a red tint, but just like an orange tint to go along with the orange peppers.
That was very chefy move, by the way. Hubs, very chefy. Bringing the pan over.
What do you think?
Love it.
Good? Okay.
It looks great, babe.
All right.
And then
I'm going to put the chicken in.
Kathy said he agreed so quickly about the pre-coffee grumpy. I'm the same, right? Yes. Me too.
Kathy, if you saw her in the morning, you would not want to see her in the morning.
Well, and that's even for reasons beyond the coffee, because this looks a little scary in the coffee.
That.
Yeah, it does.
I'm talking about the attitude.
Everyone's complimenting, by the way, babe. Compliments all around.
Thank you. I think I'm going to go just a little bit more oil.
So let's talk about the mayonnaise. Oftentimes what I do is I add a little something to the mayonnaise to kind of make an aioli. And, if I have green pesto, some basil pesto, I'll add that to it. If I have a red pepper pesto, really any pesto, I'm going to add it. If, I'm trying to think what else I've done. I've done quite a few different things. So I'm going to take a look at the fridge. I don't think I have any pestos, but I'm just going to take a peek in the fridge to see what we might add. And do you want to talk about the spinach?
It's spinach.
Okay, I'm going to move this over so I can see you better while I'm looking in the fridge because it'll be more interesting than, let's see if it goes there. Yeah, do that.
So what was I supposed to talk about the spinach?
You're just going to add it, right?
Is it time not yet.
Not yet? Okay, so I'll keep it there on the food while I go look for anything yummy.
I want to let this sink in a little bit, and then I want to taste it and see if it's
Sorry for the fridge noises.
Pecorino taste.
Yeah, I don't think we really have anything that is going to marry well with it.
I'm going to put a little bit more in.
What are you putting in, babe?
A little bit more of the pecorino. I just tasted it.
All right.
It's got some, but it needs a little bit more.
Oh, you mean the peperoncino?
Yep.
I thought you said pecorino. That's why I was kidding. I was a little confused, my love.
It's okay. What are you looking for?
I was trying to see if there was anything good to mix with the mayo, but there isn't. So I think we'll just stick with the mayo. I feel like having, and Hubs often disagrees with me, but I feel like having a little bit of something on the tortilla just adds a little moisture, which is nice. So yeah,
I just thought of something. Since I'm actually technically doing the cooking, does that mean you have to clean up today?
Yep. That's what we do. Isn't that what we do, babe? That is absolutely what we do.
It's one of the benefits of cooking.
I know, you get a break from the dishes, right? Okay, I'm gonna get a little thing here.
Okay, we're getting close.
Is that enough spinach?
What's that?
Is it a good amount of spinach? Are you happy with the amount of spinach?
I haven't put anything in yet.
Oh, oopsie. Can I put this here?
Yep. Okay.
And I'm getting the mayo ready.
So you're good. I'm gonna put in the spinach.
Yeah, I'm ready whenever you are to do the wrapping.
So the spinach.
Did you want mayo on yours or no?
No, no mayo, just a little bit mozzarella. What do you put? Mozzarella, right?
Mozzarella, yeah. But you could do provolone.
So there's the.
You could do whatever you want.
Spinach, which will obviously, as we all know, shrink.
And I do know, just so no one has to worry about my knowledge of cheese, I do know that it is best to shred your own mozzarella. But what I find is when I want to use it for quick moments like this, it's better to have some pre-shredded. With a pizza, if I'm making a fancy pizza, I'm going to do it myself because it's going to melt better. But for the sandwiches, it does just fine. So just wanted to, just being real with y'all with that. That's all.
A little bit more. Okay.
And spinach, it takes a little bit to kind of wilt down, but a lot really becomes a little.
Yeah, that's why I just put a little bit more in.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let it cook a little bit.
So I'm going to have you add the cheese when you're ready.
What do you mean?
Because it melts better than just adding it to the end there.
Oh, I don't typically do that.
Cheese. I know, but when I make it, I do, and it just makes a better melty cheese pull. Because sometimes it won't get melted enough. And I want it to have all the glory of the cheesiness. And you drop some cheese, sweet.
Okay.
I miss having our Shelby here to come get all those little nuggets that fall on the floor. She really kept our floors clean, didn't she?
She did.
Absolutely. So you're happy with the amount of spinach? I can.
Yeah, you can dump the
spinach.
Or not dump it. You can put it away.
I can leave the cheese here, so we can add the cheese.
Yeah, I'm not sure. So how do you want me to do the cheese then?
Well, I'm the one that kind of.
You're kind of going off script here.
I know. Don't worry. I will let you know. I'll let you know. I'm going to move this all back. He does not like change. He doesn't like when I change things, for sure. I'm going to keep this low so people can see the wrap once we do that also.
Okay, you can see, well, actually you can't now, but you can see that the spinach
You can bring it over if you want.
has started to go down. So it's kind of a pretty dish. I actually like with the red peppers better. Looks very Christmassy.
It is Christmassy. Yeah, that's the other thing is like if you and we've used red onions before, by the way.
Yeah. You can use all kinds of
If you
stuff.
use yellow and then the yellow onions, it all just looks white. To be honest,
Right.
it doesn't give a lot of great color.
I think we're pretty good.
All right, so let me see what.
You know what?
Poe
I
says
just wanna taste a little
looks good, and she says, can you imagine me landing in the U.S. and having champagne breakfast as I'm used to, sipping on something U.S. in the a.m. U.S. time? No one would blame me, right? Absolutely would not blame you, Poe. And I am all for some bubbly, especially in the morning. And she's enjoying a chilled Pinot Noir right now.
Oh, I wish
Need more
I was.
spice? He's going to spice us out, friends.
I don't know why. It just feels like it needs more.
I wonder if those, because usually those pack a punch. I'm wondering if either his taste buds have gone numb, or oh my, he is really adding it. He's going to blow our socks off, or it's just not as spicy. But I know we've used it before, and it's been pretty spicy.
I mean, it's got some spice to it, but it's just not, I just don't think it's that
And
spicy.
chilling your Pinot is actually a great idea. Have you ever had Lambrusco, a dry Lambrusco? Because those are chilled. It's a bubbly red, but make sure it's dry. The sweet stuff is, but it's kind of something that has been slowly gaining a little bit of ground here in the States, and it is phenomenal. It's different than back in my folks' day when they would enjoy a sweet Lambrusco chilled. I didn't care for that, but of course it didn't have that back then. Can you just put that on and
let's do it.
let me see here? And
Okay,
it says, looks
spice into
delish.
it.
Okay, so now it's spicy apparently. So before we bring it over, do you mind turning off the heat? Okay. So all I'm going to do is well, I'll wait till he stops because we can't add the cheese until he's done moving it because then it's going to.
I'm done.
Thank you. I'm going to need that because I'm the one that puts them in the wraps.
You want people to see it or no?
Not yet. I'm just going to get some cheese on it first and I'll bring it over.
God, this was long. Sorry.
What was long?
This. I didn't realize it was going to be this long.
You don't have to be sorry. That's my job. I'm always saying I'm sorry. So put as much or as little cheese as you want. It's really up to you. We are not going to mix it again because that way it'll just become all... Okay. It kind of lessens up, but now I'm going to do some wrapping, so I do need you to sit there, sweetie, because now it's my turn. No, I'm just teasing. So I'm going to make mine first, which will have a little mayo on the bottom.
It's kind of cutting off her head here.
It is, because I want them to see this. This is the most important part right now.
Gotcha.
They don't have to see my face. So I don't put a lot, I just put a little bit on there, spread it around.
My mayo, by the way.
Mayo is like one of the most common things to put on sandwiches. And I don't want, if I have something to mix with it that adds a little flavor, like I wouldn't put mustard. That to me would compete with the other flavors. Do you have the oven off?
I do.
Okay. The next thing I'm going to do is take half of this and put it on this wrap. Let me move it a little closer. So I'm just going to.
Oh, look at that.
Look at that cheesy pull.
Look at that.
And then what ends up happening is sometimes we have too much and I have to stop because I know I'm not going to be able to wrap it all. So let's see, right? And then you get to snack on it from the pan.
Which I do.
Which you do. All right. And then for wrapping, for those of you, be careful, that's really hot. I don't need it out of the way. Okay. I'm totally fine, promise. Is that to wrap it, you just fold in the edges first. You take this top part, and then you're just doing a tuck and a roll. Now that is hot in there, so just be careful. Tuck, roll. I have a little bit of veg there. Tuck, roll. And then, can you wipe off that chicken spoon, please?
The chicken spoon?
Oh, I meant knife.
Oh.
Yikes. And if you could hand me the washcloth also. Thank you, because my hand's got a little. Okay. And then what you do is, let me get this. And then what you do is you just cut on the diagonal. And, that is not going to cut. And then you've got deliciousness. Look at that.
It is good.
Look at that. Absolute yummy. And so then I'm going to put this here for us to taste. I'm going to make the second one. Go. Look at that. And we're going to taste this in a minute, but let's get this second one loaded. This is the one that is yours without the mayo.
Okay.
So less moisture. I'm just teasing. The second one I can always just kind of pull out because I know all of this is mostly going here if it fits.
I just don't remember. Have you always done mozzarella cheese with it?
Well, it's whatever we have, but we almost always have some mozzarella in the fridge just because it's a lot of times we do flatbreads.
Yep.
Do you want to enjoy that?
Yep, I do.
Okay. Put this here. And sometimes it helps to just scooch this like that. And again, just the sides in, top over, and then you tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll, tuck and roll. There we go. Do a little. There we go. And let me bring over, this will be the picture plate. Do the same thing.
Such an easy thing to do. If I can do it, it's easy.
Oh, it's not really cooperating. Let me see here. Let me try it this way.
There you go.
There we go. A little spinach hang there. And then what we like to do is we like to add some chips. We usually have chips. And this is our favorite brand. We get the reduced fat. I'm not getting paid to just endorse this. But what's funny with this brand, we always like their chips, but occasionally you have an extra excellent batch that becomes really hard to stop eating. So I will mention. And we just like to have a few chips with this. Not the chips that they have in England, but what's the potato chips that we have here in the States. So I don't want to totally cover that up. So there we go. So that would be a typical lunch in the fall, winter, early spring. That would be a typical lunch for us. So I'm going to have you move that into the sink. I'm going to keep this one here, the taster here.
Okay.
All right. Want to take a bite?
Well, you just want to...
No, you're going to take a bite there. This is mine that has mayo. You take a bite first. You're the chef today. Just flip it back over. There we go.
Oh, so good.
Is it good?
So simple.
That's delicious. And I really thought you were going to blow my socks off, but I don't know why the peppers, maybe we need to stir it. I don't know why the peppers weren't...
I did stir it.
They're not screaming.
Yeah.
This is delicious. It is so moist.
It's got just a little bit of bite to it, but not...
Yeah, it's not too bad, but you do have to watch because sometimes they can really pack the heat. And so I see why you kept adding it, but it's just so delicious. It's moist. It is juicy, but not too much so. The cheesy is just perfect. I like that the cheese doesn't compete with what's inside, but you could do a provolone, sharp provolone, if you really want to have the zing of the cheese. And I like having just that little bit of mayo to help it kind of, I don't know, just be all good together. But if you want to save the calories, and we use the light mayo, you could always skip that part. And you can skip the cheese. You know, honestly, for someone who is
I don't think we
vegetarian,
did cheese at the beginning.
Yeah, I don't think we did. But if someone's vegetarian, you can keep the animal products out, and for some, or the meat products out, right? And yes, I guess it's not always animal products. Vegan would be all animal products that they could keep out. So it is absolutely delicious. So, and so adaptable. Down below I put what our usual ingredients are, but it's so fun to kind of mix it up, put your own spin, put what you're craving in there. I just think wraps are great. And by the way, our favorite wrap is that Mission Carb Balance. It doesn't like kill you with calories, and there's a lot of protein in it. So I feel like
they're big and they're not sturdy.
They're pretty sturdy though, and they're pretty malleable, and they're not dry, and there is a lot of fiber. So I feel like it's just if you have to have a wrap, it's like I shouldn't say that, but not that if you have to have a wrap. Wraps are delicious, but they do tend to bring on the calories. So it's a little bit lighter option. So friends, oh my goodness, I appreciate DS and Po.
Likes your hair.
And wait, I can't see it. Oh, thank you. I went a little curly, Po, this time. I'm in between seasons, so you'll see me curly and straight until it's just all winter, and then I usually stick with straight because it's cold letting your hair dry naturally in the wintertime.
I think she meant me. I think it was
It is your hair, absolutely. But thank you guys all for coming on, and Archie, and I feel like I'm missing someone. Let me go through here. Kathy, thank you for coming on. Barbara, I'm sorry that you had some difficulties with the connecting, but thank you for coming on. And did I miss anybody else? I said DS, yep. I think it's everybody. And Po, I'm so glad this was a time that worked for you. So that makes me happy. And Archie, thank you for being good. I really appreciate that, my friend. I think he was a little nervous, so I wanted to make sure we supported that. By the way, coming up on my next stream, I will be by myself. I don't know if we're going to be vertical or horizontal. I'm really hoping we could be horizontal, but I'll be all by myself.
Where am I going to be?
Hubs, why will I be all by myself?
I don't know. When is it?
Thursday.
Oh. Yeah, I'll be in Vegas.
He's heading to Vegas for a get-together with his college friends. So we hope that we'll see him again. We hope that I won't have to
in one piece
fish him out of there. And by the way, it's funny because a friend of mine is actually going to be in Vegas same time, and I told her that she might have to contact me so I can wire transfer some funds to get him out of jail. No, I'm just joking. But he will be away on the guy's trip, and hopefully he'll make it home. So Thursday, I'm starting a new series that's just called What's for Dinner. And the reason I didn't put what was for dinner is because I'd like to do that once a month, that I'm gonna cook whatever's for dinner that night. So I'm not there to necessarily showcase a certain recipe or anything. I literally just want to kind of tell you, like, this is what we're having, and show the means of from getting ready to plating. And I thought that for, again, y'all that are joining in the chat right now, you're all great cooks and do a wonderful job with timing and everything like that. But I know that's something I really struggled with when I was younger. And so I kind of just wanted to talk through what we're having, why I'm timing in a certain way, and just kind of have a little snapshot of what we're having for dinner once during the month. That's not really a showcased recipe, so to speak, like a lot of my other content that I do. So that is starting on Thursday. I'm going to be doing it solo since I'm just making it for me, which is actually kind of fun because sometimes cooking for one can be daunting, but I kind of enjoy it too. I love hubs, but it's sometimes like I can decide exactly what I'm feeling like eating, and sometimes it can be easier just having less pans and girth for it. So that will be Thursday. So thanks so much. I know I just dropped this schedule. Please make sure if you're not following me on Twitter and Instagram, you are, just to get all the latest. And there's such great foodie communities in both places, especially Twitter, and I'm going to keep calling it Twitter until they make me pay. So, and then I won't be calling it Twitter anymore, and I will just be on Instagram. So
let's eat.
He wants to eat. Go Eagles, and I hope it's a win today. And thank you all for tuning in and for joining. And thank you for understanding this vertical format for this long content version. We'll try to fix it next time. So until we eat again, bye, friends.
See ya.